emerges from the shadows. Playboi Carti, the enigmatic trap pioneer, has leveled serious allegations against Kanye West yesterday on Instagram. Claims that strike at the very heart of artistic integrity in the music industry. You had guys like Filthy saying "Pride" by Playboi Carti. With the this regarding it to a I think YB snippet with Cardi, but I think Kanye took samples out of the song Crank. This isn't just another Twitter spat. We're talking about a fundamental challenge that we've seen arise ever since Cardi said, "Yay, shut the fuck up" on Twitter. What makes this situation particularly volatile is the history between these two. This isn't just some random industry dispute, it's a falling out between mentor and protege, between two artists who repeatedly push each other to creative heights. That personal dimension makes the professional allegations all the more damaging. To understand why this dispute carries such weight, we need to examine the deep creative partnership between Ye and Cardi. Their collaboration dates back years, with Cardi becoming one of the standout voices on Ye's monumental Donda album. Tracks like Off the Grid showcase how perfectly Cardi's anoranic energy complemented Ye's visionary production. Behind the scenes, their relationship appeared to be one of mutual admiration. Ye frequently praised Cardi's innovative approach, while Cardi has cited West as a major influence. Their studio sessions became the stuff of legend, with both artists known for their relentless perfectionism and willingness to break musical convention. But perhaps this intensity was always a double-edged sword. Sources suggest that as Cardi's stardom has risen, so has his confidence in asserting creative control, as he should. What once has been a teacher-student dynamic has evolved into something more complex. The heart of the controversy lies in Cardi's claim that West used one of his unreleased vocal samples or production elements without proper authorization. I think it was I forgot what Swamp Izzo was saying, but it's not coming to me at the time that I was listening to it. But in an industry where sampling is, a commonplace, why is this particular allegation so explosive to Cardi? Because, I mean, this guy just got fucking woken about the dead when he heard that shit. I think an industry insider would tell you several key factors. First, like the personal nature of the relationship. This isn't a faceless corporation allegedly lifting a sample, but one artist taking from his frequent collaborator. Second, the timing comes amid heightened sensitivity about artists' rights and compensation, so obviously he's not going to let that shit go. Most damningly, though, critics argue that this would represent stunning hypocrisy from West, who has always, told fans as a champion of art. He's been a chap of, owning his masters, whatnot, even through his, battles with record labels. If proven true, it would force a reckoning with the gap between West's public advocacy and his private actions. The implications of this dispute extend far beyond these two artists. Legal experts note that if Cardi pursues formal action, it could establish important precedents about what constitutes fair use in collaborations between, whatever type of artist. Record labels are reportedly reviewing their sample clearance processes with renewed vigilance. And I think now a lot of A&R executives are, talking about needing to document every studio session about who it's with, potentially changing the spontaneous creative process, that has made classics for years. Perhaps most significantly, younger artists are watching closely. Many see this as a test case for whether emerging talents can protect their work when collaborating with established superstars, and the outcome could reshape power dynamics in the industry for years to come if this, becomes big enough. I think when it comes to Cardi and Kanye beefing, it's always divided because you got those Kanye West fans, they'll ride for him. And I think Kanye does have a point here. Not saying that he should just freely steal Cardi's music. I mean, the guy executively produced one of his most successful albums. Cardi himself has benefited off Kanye West bringing him out to Rolling Loud, to the Donda, whatever the fuck. And some degree of creative reciprocity could be expected, from Cardi to Kanye. What's undeniable is that this debate has tapped into deeper tensions within hip hop culture. Can we just steal, samples? And the generational shift of the industry. Who gets to profit from, using other people's music, and about how the genre balances tradition with progress. I think several scenarios could unfold here. Obviously, depending on how big this gets, Cardi really doesn't talk like that. But the most likely is a quiet settlement, but behind closed doors, like they did the last beef. Financial compensation, credit where it's due. But I don't know. Cardi seems a little different in energy about this, man. He usually doesn't come out on a limb and give Kanye what he wants, but these past two times he has. But a more dramatic would be, obviously Cardi pursuing legal action, which I don't think he wants to do. But, if that is a song with YB, that could be huge for his album, whatnot. Um, Perhaps most intriguing is the chance that this could spark a broader industry problem with other artists, starting to steal from, Cardi, Kanye, what be it. Some speculate this controversy might lead to the new standards for documenting contributions and, making sure you know who's in the studio with you at what time and what they can and can't use. However, this particular dispute resolves, it's clear we're witnessing a cultural inflection point. The music industry's reckoning with issues of credit, compensation, and creative ownership has finally reached in hip hop's elite levels. This case forces uncomfortable questions. How do we value artistic contributions in an era of endless collaboration? Where should the line between inspiration and appropriation be drawn? And perhaps most importantly, can hip hop's culture of borrowing and reinvention survive in an age of heightened ownership consciousness? And obviously, I don't fucking know what's gonna happen. So let me know down in the comments what you think might happen between these guys. But I'm glad this actually got brought to the forefront because I feel like we don't see a lot of rap hip hop artists argue about shit like this. So yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good one. Bye bye.